Welcome back to Diablo 4 Beta. As you can see, I played all the characters to 25. I'm going to kind of go over which ones I liked, which ones I didn't, kind of my feel for the game, and hopeful changes. And I've got legendaries on almost all the characters, because after level 20 you get pretty good drops. I did different tiers from 1 and 2 back and forth, and kind of let me know more of really what to go for with the character. Now, whenever I started out, I did a barbarian, and it was actually kind of painful. I changed up a lot, read on forums, changed as much as I could, and it just, I'd have to go into town gamble to get a lot better item than to go into the boss fight. Really need to get legendaries on them. Very item dependent, which is rightfully so. That's how Diablo is. I mean, you can have great items and not have any skill, and you can have tons of skill and not good items and still can't get through. So I'll go between, use potions to help increase uh, experience, things of that nature. It was a long, harsh pull. The next to the bottom of the list is the druid, which is also, you can go melee, or you can also go with the earth powers. I did both. I did the wolf and then the earth powers, because I started to kind of run into some troubles, but like with the barbarian, you get better items, it gets a lot easier. So each of them, well, all the characters can kill groups of people very easily. Very easily. It's whenever you get down to the nitty gritty end bosses of the dungeons. I had problems. I had a couple other friends that had problems with the barbarian, and then they'd stay away from the druid just because of the problems with the barbarian. I put the druid over the barbarian. Some people say the druid was worse. For me, luck of the drops, luck of the gamble, the druid came out better for me. That's just my personal opinion, and I only did wolf and elemental. The barbarian, I swapped up a lot of stuff. I tried lots of different tactics. The next one would be the rogue. The rogue, very quick, very nimble, laying down traps, shooting, great dodge ability. I think I just had a lot better drops with the rogue, but the rogue did outshine the barbarian and the druid. And this is just in the beta, and I feel like they did make changes to the barbarian a little bit, because I went back, played on the barbarian. It was going a little bit better until I get to the dungeon boss. It's like, but it's a bit, my rogue, getting enough time can prep up and really destroy bosses very well. You know, putting up traps, moving around, staying out of reach of the people. Now, for my top one, my pick for when the season starts, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm probably going to go with Source. So I'm going to cover the Necromancer next. The Necromancer was only for this open beta for everybody. It had multiple issues just on the server, gameplay, things of that nature. If you lose your pets, you can't teleport out of a dungeon, can't teleport to town, you have to restart, which is a little bit of a pain. Now, the good thing was, like, legendaries that drop, things of that nature, whenever you started having issues, would be automatically over in your stash. So, kudos to Blizzard for doing that. Even though it's beta, it's not going to transfer over. It's just showing what they're going to do to help it whenever you have problems, whenever you get disconnected. Lots of disconnects. Having a lot of skeletons up causes lag. My system is a pretty stout gaming system. I built it, so it runs everything else, kept the drivers updated the drivers again before the second beta, like hours before it came up, because I double check everything going in to make sure I won't have problems. But I feel like the Necromancer might still have some growth problems whenever it starts up. Now, on killing, fantastic. Bosses, not a problem. I would lose a couple of skeletons here and there, but it's between me and the boss. Once you get your golem, you can just bring up your golem. You don't need to have a body, anything of that nature. That goes to my top pick, which is a sorceress. The sorceress, for me, was a whole lot easier. The reason it was a whole lot easier was because you could put your pet where you wanted it to be. Now, the Necromancer in the other Diablo games, you could throw your pets over on one thing. Right now, they're just sporadic running all around, but we only got to level 25. The Sorceress, great at start, frozen orbs very early on, great for slowing down enemies, hitting things in the room. You can do all the different elements, so if something's not going to get damaged by one, you'll have others. I didn't even get the double Hydras, and I enjoyed the Hydras a lot. So I did get a good bit of items, but I only did one world boss kill. With my Necromancer, I did like 3 world boss kills. The Necromancer, Bone Shield, stuff like that. These two, I didn't really have to change stuff around. Like, I wanted to change stuff around to try different things, but I never got to a boss and said, okay, I've got to change stuff around so I can get this. The Rogue, I changed around a little bit. Now the Druid, I just did 2 changes. The Barbarian, I don't know how many changes I did. I would look up, try again, look up, try again. It was a lot longer to level up the Barb. Like, today was whenever I finished up the Barb. Whenever I got to 20, I stopped. Like, I didn't even have full block after I hit 20. Like, I had like 1 kill or something. Now the Sorceress, I kept killing, having fun with. The Necromancer, a lot more past after doing the killing. His uncovering towns, things of that nature. It was a lot better. But my overall feel for Diablo 4 on the beta, it gives a great feeling to me that Diablo 4 on launch will hopefully do a lot better, because they've got over 2 months to really work out some things, and hopefully they'll do another kind of beta. I know the people that paid the extra money, I'm one of the people that paid the extra money to get the early access, might get on there, just a month before, to say, hey, here's what's going to be like. Do you really want to plan your Friday to be on the server if they give that 4-day early access? Or just go ahead, plan something with a family and wait a week or 2 after? Because some people pay the extra money to get the cosmetics, which, I'd rather have had the collector's edition box and all the other stuff, because I had that with the Diablo 3 and the expansion, but StarCraft, but they didn't do that. Box was separate. So, but I enjoy the game. I'm going to hopefully have fun with it. Hopefully you guys had fun with it. I know not everyone probably had the time to get to 25, and maybe just getting to 20 on one character was difficult, especially from the server issues. But if you didn't enjoy the Barbarian, I say, jump over to, say, the Necromancer, the Sorceress, or the Rogue, because those are going to be ones that aren't as dependent on the items right now. Now later on in the levels, a Barbarian might be the one to go to, but right now it's really not. Like the Druid surpassed it mostly because of how I would gain life and defense. It was a bit better, and just I don't know, it just fit for my game style a lot better. But the Sorceress is probably what I'm going to come out with whenever it goes live, unless they make huge changes. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And I had one question, but like, well, after you beat the world boss, is there anything else? It's like, yes. You've got to uncover the map. You have side quests. And as you're leveling, other ports open up in the game. So just because you've gone through that area whenever you're level 10 or 15, there's still more stuff afterwards. So you'll have to go back through. There's like 3 kind of hidden towns that are possessed to be able to open up. And after you finish Act 1, there's still so much more to go back to. It's a good big map. And some people notice that there's not a whole lot of people in towns. Like MMOs, you'll have them packed in whenever you go into a town. They're not seeing that many. Well, the game only has like on the world boss, only 12 players get to be there. So, and that's how people get multiple world boss kills in that 15 minutes, is they've got a good overpowered group. They do it, then they change the difficulty, and guess what? It's another game, another group of people out there. So they might change that, they might not, on the world boss stuff, where you only get 1 kill in that 15-minute time. But it also helps out the people that are lower powered. Whenever you have someone overpowered that's going through doing that, and say that they've been working on the boss for 10 minutes, still not dead yet, and someone can help kill the boss in 1 minute, shows up, wipes them out, that's good for everybody. So, as long as the person's being nice and helpful. Now, whenever it goes PvP, that could become kind of an issue for some people. To be, once you're that powerful, getting more and more powerful. But let's see if we get PvP. Diablo 3, no PvP really. So, those are my feelings on it. I'm going to be there. I'm going to try to be there on the early launch, play through and be able to help answer questions. Like on the Necromancer, whenever we get the Gome, I helped answer a question on that. Because I didn't know you had to add it to the toolbar. I didn't know how to bring up to the skills to add to it. That was the other issue on the betas. You don't have a book. You don't know all the shortcut commands. I for inventory, M for map. Well, tab also worked for map. S to bring up your little shortcut stuff and all. And you have to do that to bring up to add the Gome after you hit 25 and do the dungeon, or the quest, I should say. So hopefully I can help people out. That's one thing, getting on the game early. I'm not going to get that much help, except for other people in the game that's also trying to figure things out. So it might get some wrong information. Beta, it's going to change stuff. So hopefully it doesn't change what you enjoyed. Hopefully it only changes what made the game not enjoyable for you. But we will see whenever it comes out. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. Please be kind to others and have a great day.